Okay, welcome back, folks. This is the first Saturday of the period 122, the last period for 2017 as we roll into the beginning of 2018 here in about 3 weeks. And so we just completed our new distributor training, took a little break, and now we're back to the team meeting. Folks, I got to tell you something. I made a comment here an hour ago that of all the time that I've been with Zege International, I am more excited today than I ever have been in the almost 10 years that I've been part of this company. And when I say that, I'm talking about specifically within the last 2 hours. 2 hours ago, we started the Diamond Club call. This is why I do the first Saturday of the period, because it's a great way to close the books on what happened in period 121 and reopen the books today. We were about 10 hours, 12 hours into the next 28 days in Zege International. And we had the Diamond Club call this morning, and that was with Jerem Daystrup and Ryan Palmer. And the Diamond Club represents about, I'm guessing, about 25, 30, maybe a few more of the top income earners in Zege. I've been it's the Diamond Club call, or the Diamond Club has had a couple of different iterations over the years. We launched this as the Chairman's Club. Geez, I'm trying to think how far back this goes, but it was probably about 2009, 2010. If Pat Anderson was here, she'd know. I don't know how she manages to remember all these things, but she would know. I had the good fortune to be part of that inaugural group of people, so I've seen this particular communication between corporate and the field leadership evolve over the years. This is a very, very important call that we're doing as our team call this morning. And I will record this so you can pass this on to your team members that maybe weren't able to get on, but if you can get them on, do it now, because I will take some questions here before I conclude the call. We had some spectacular announcements from that call, and there's some things I can go into right now with the organization. There's other things on my agenda for this particular team call. Some of the announcements I can do, some things I won't be able to do just because it's more long-term strategy type of stuff, not really pertinent to today's conversation. But when I say that I'm more excited today than I've ever been, it's because of this call that we just got off. Okay, this is a new day in Zege International. Everything that, and I shared a little bit of this on the team call, or the training call this morning. The only thing that I can really tell you that's particularly special about me that may have helped in my success with this company was I'd had the tenure. I'd been around in the industry for a decade. I'd created a seven-figure income. I was able to retire. I learned how to do the deal. Okay, I learned how to do the deal, and more importantly, I went through the transformation necessary to become a high-level leader. Okay, Jim Rohn says, your capacity to earn will rarely go beyond your personal development. And if for some reason you happen to hit something and you make a lot of money, you're not going to keep the money if your personal development has not gone to that level. And so it does take time, folks. Don't expect to be an overnight success in anything if you haven't paid the price of time and the development of yourself that's necessary. Now, the one thing that I'm going to say, because I always try to make a point of saying, I don't consider myself to be the greatest network marketer. I'm not. I'm not, you know, I'm not even in the top 10 or the top 100 or the top 1,000. Okay. I'm pretty good. Okay. Because I've done this for a long time, but I'm not a great network marketer. I'm just a guy that learned the correct activities, and my, you know, my superpower is the ability to get up every morning and do the deal again and again and again and again and again. And one of the key notes that should have come from this morning's training, you know, in the previous hour, was that consistency of effort and persistency over a prolonged period of time will overcome all obstacles. That's really, you know, my claim to fame. Now, the other thing that I can say is that when I was first introduced to Zija, this is was at the end of 2007, launched my business beginning of 2008. I had the ability to see, if you will, the vision of what Zija could become, because it wasn't based upon what Zija was then. Okay, what I saw of Zija then was not particularly to the average eye, was not particularly special. Okay, there wasn't anything particularly special. It was a tiny little company. They had one product, was very difficult to distribute. It was, you know, in a can. Zija, our original Moringa drink, was in a can. And so it weighed a lot. It was cumbersome. You couldn't take it with you on the airplane because it would explode when the pressure in the cabin went down. You know, it just really wasn't that big a deal. What I saw was what Zija could become. And that's really the only thing I can tell you that was particularly special about me, is I had the ability to see into the future of what we started with, what it could become. Now, over the last almost 10 years now, I'm going to tell you, there have been growing pains, as in anything. You know, those of you who have children, imagine the challenges your children go through from birth to age 10. Incredible, you know, growing experiences and challenges and difficulties, and Zija's had all of those. But what I looked at was not what Zija was, not where, you know, what it was going to be a year from now, 2 years later, 3 years later. When Zija was, you know, I've been in Zija for 5 years. They've been around 7 years. I wasn't looking at what it was then. Wasn't looking at what it was 2 years ago. It was all about what it could become. And some of the things that were shared with us on the Diamond Club, and I'm not even, to be honest with you, I'm not even 100% sure that the majority of the people on the Diamond Club recognize some of the most significant statements that were made on this call here that started 9 o'clock California time. Things that I've been wanting to hear from the corporate team for almost 10 years. And it's those things that have caused me to be more excited about what's going to be happening, more energized about what we're going to see in 2018 and beyond. And most importantly, because I got to be candid with you, it really doesn't make a lot of difference to me anymore. Okay, you know, I'm doing real well. I've got I've got assets that my Zija income's been able to pay or to buy. I've got, you know, residual income from those assets. I've got residual income, of course, from my Zija business. There's a lot of things that you know, drive people in the beginning that are no longer issues to me. What's exciting to me is that at this point in my life, what drives me is not, you know, acquisition for me, accomplishments for me, and that sort of thing. I've gotten plenty of accolades, gotten plenty of, you know, rewards. You know, I look at people like, you know, Tanya Valdez and what this company could be for her life. I look at Yolanda Gomez and what this company could be for her life. And so many of you know, our leaders. I see Kate and Brian, and I know the efforts that you've been putting in and what this can become for you. So my commitment for this upcoming year is to do whatever's in my power to be able to assist those of you who have made that commitment to be part of the next generation of Zija leaders, and to be able to participate with you, to provide in so much as I am capable of whatever support is necessary to help you achieve your dreams. And so, with that, let me share a few of the announcements. Okay, 2017 has been an absolutely astounding year of development in ZJ International. While we're still wrapping up, the calendar year of 2017, ZJ Corporate, as a corporation, they wrapped up their 2017 at the in October. That's the the year, the start date of ZJ. November 1, I believe, of 2005, I think. Forgive my math. I don't do that off the top of my head real well. This past year, ZJ International, our increase in revenue, in sales, was double-digit increase over 2016. Okay, now that's great in any company. Any company that can have a double-digit increase in sales year over year, that's a very good thing. Watch their stock, if we were a publicly traded company, watch the stock go up, okay? But it is more significant within our market space, network marketing. Because see, network marketing as a industry has been kind of in a state of flux and kind of in a, almost in a, you can call it a recession. When you look at the major companies in our profession, there are very few companies out there that have seen anywhere near the growth that ZJ International has. And here I'm talking, established companies. It's easy for a company to double its sales when they did 10 million last year and 20 million this year. Okay, I mean, that's easy. I'm talking about companies that have a little bit of tenure. In most cases, the most well-established companies have either seen flat revenue, meaning no increase in 2017. However, the most established companies have actually seen a retraction. Amway, Herbalife, Shackley, Mary Kay, Herbalife, there's a couple more, but those major companies have all seen a reduction in volume this past year. Okay, the middle tier of companies are stagnant, are retracting. Companies that are at our stage, the $100 to $200 million a year companies, there's not, and the billion dollar a year companies, there's been very little growth, and in most cases there's been no growth, and frankly in many cases there's been some retraction overall in the network marketing industry. ZJ International is the bright spot in network marketing. Okay, we had a double-digit increase in sales in 2017 over 2016, and that has everything to do with some of the things that we heard about on the call. The focus of the corporate leadership team, the investment of Cam Brailsford into infrastructure, supply chains, manufacturing facilities, preparation for the growth phase of ZJ International. And make no mistake about it, what we've seen this past year, that's nothing compared to what we're going to see over the next 12, 24, 36 months. This is just the beginning of the wave. Now, a couple things. We've had significant growth. We have had major international growth. In just the last several weeks, we have opened up a brand new corporate office for Europe in London. Major grand opening there. Today, as we speak, they're doing the grand opening of the New Mexico office, which will be, spearheading all of Latin America. We're opening up a brand new office in Taiwan, part of the continuing expansion of the Asian market. We reopened a brand new office in Tokyo, in Japan. We've had an office in Japan, but we upgraded. I mean, we went from driving an 87 Yugo to driving my M6. Okay, by the upgrade that we had in the Tokyo office. ZJ is doubling down again and again in its commitment to our international markets. Now, that being said, Zija corporate team has made a commitment that there will be no new openings, if you will, no new major market expansions in 2018. So don't be asking, what about Argentina? What about, Outer Mongolia or whatever? When are we going to open up in Yugoslavia? Folks, the company is doing one of the smartest things I've seen a company of this size do. Instead of focusing on saying we're open in 1 million countries, they are doubling down on their commitment to the established marketplaces, and they're going to reinforce the corporate presence in these international markets. So for those of you that either have gotten into some of these international markets or will do some of the things that I'll teach about on how to get into these international markets, you can rest assured that you're going to have a much better platform to launch your Zija business in international markets than we've ever had in the 10 years that I've been with Zija, because of the corporate focus on establishing a firm foundation in these markets. Now, we're going to continue something that we started here recently, and we're going to make this the, if you will, the direction of Zija, the future of Zija, is to retain and advance our core commitment to customer acquisition focus. See, Zija International has always been a product-focused business. Okay, it's a product-focused business, and it has to do with the focus. It has to do with the products that we have. I've seen over the years, and some of you know, there was a number of years from the time that I left the industry till the time that I came back to be part of Zija, that I wasn't, I was retired from the industry. I didn't need to be part of a network marketing company. I was one of those rare fellows. I made a lot of money the first time around, but I didn't spend all the money. Okay, that's one of the biggest mistakes network marketers make. They spend all the money. Okay, just like everybody in the world. Okay, if you make $30,000 a year, you're spending $32,000 a year. That's the way it is. That's why people have credit card debt. If you make $100,000 a year, you're spending $110,000 a year. Well, network marketers start making $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 a year. They're spending all the money. I was a smart guy. I didn't spend all the money. Okay, and I did not get my lifestyle jacked up to where I needed to make 30, 40, 50 grand a month just to get by. And so when I was able to retire, and I did pretty well. I had a modest lifestyle, but I was able to not have to work. Now, during that period of time, there was many people who, would contact me. Fred, we got a new deal. You're going to get rich. Come make millions with us, blah, 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 blah. Those companies were here and gone in a year or two or three. Okay, I've seen them, lots of them go. Most of those companies were opportunity-driven opportunities. That's called build your house on a foundation of sand. Okay, when your opportunity is based on opportunity and not based on a foundation of true product and reliance upon consumers to buy that product and use that product because it makes a meaningful difference in their lives, and they're going to use that product independent of whether or not they're involved in the business, that's what creates a false foundation. Zija has always had the correct foundation because we got the best products in the marketplace, and we've had an environment where most of our distributors, today's successful people in Zija, were originally people that were affected by the product. They got product results. They recognized, well, I like these products. I'm buying these products. I'll bet you some of my friends would like them. They buy them, and they got involved in the business, and they built their business customer to customer, then from customers to distributors, and then from distributors to leaders. Okay, that's been the foundation of Zija. It's also the direction the industry is going. And so Zija International is going to continue and advance on that concept of a customer acquisition model, if you will. So one of the things that really drove this past week's sales, cycle 4, is so many of you were able to get friends and family members and neighbors and coworkers to buy the product as a retail customer, get it at wholesale pricing without having to be a rock and commit to an auto ship without ever trying the product, without having to have that $20 wholesale member fee. They could just buy the product, okay? And that will continue through the balance of period 122. That's this period. That's through January 6th, January 5th of, this upcoming year. So for the next 4 weeks, anybody that you want to be able to buy this product, share the product with them, they want to try it for a month, they want to get it at wholesale pricing, they don't want to sign up for an auto ship, and you don't have to charge them the $20 wholesale member fee. They can just sign up, buy the product 1 month at a time. Okay, this is magic, because this is something that we have been needing for a very, very long time. There's going to be some fine tuning of that, but the fact is, right now, that little advantage you had, it was something that I pushed out on Monday when we got the announcement from corporate, waiving the $20 member fee. That is waived for the balance of this period. Okay, so between now and January 5th, you can enroll anybody to simply buy the product. They don't have to be on auto ship. There will be no $20 member fee. There's no code, just enroll them. There's no member fee. Now, this is going to be particularly important because it's leading up to something that's going to be part of the refinement of our, what was the term? The refinement of the membership architecture that'll be taking place in 2018. Right now we have lots of member types. We have, some of you have been around, let's see, is there anybody, Burdine has been around long enough. You remember, and same with Becca, you remember the old preferred customer, okay, that then morphed into the Rock, and then we have a wholesale member, and then we have distributors, and and we got all kinds of things. We're going to be working on that. The membership architecture is going to become extremely simple. It will become simply a customer or a distributor. Now, don't please bombard me with your texts on the details of that. That's all going to be shared with us later in this period, so we'll be able to have that for you beginning of January. But just know that it's going to become much, much easier and simpler for you to build your business, because it's only going to be one of two paths, either a customer or a distributor. The 15% team commission. This is a promotion that was started last period. It's going to continue through Friday, January 5th, the last day of period 122. Any new enrollee, somebody that starts with the gold or the diamond pack, will receive a 50% increase in your team commissions from 10% to 15%. That'll last for 12 cycles, 12 weeks. If you start with a gold pack, 24 weeks if you start with a diamond pack. That's going to continue through the end of this period. Something the company really wants to do, and you can make a lot of money. Really? Okay. You can make a lot of money with this promotion, which is the meal packs. Many of you were at the convention. The company has created a product that we can purchase, not for our personal consumption, but for donating to the less fortunate people. It's part of the Zija Miracle Foundation, if you will, that philanthropic arm of Zija. And for this period, any of these meal packs, they can feed 20 people or 40 people, high nutritious value mix. You can order that through your back office. There will be a 1-to-1 PV to cost ratio. Okay, so you're going to get maximum bang for the buck in terms of PV by ordering this, and we'll be distributing. I'll get that out to the team here probably by Monday will be my first chance. We have some assets. We have pictures. We've got information on it. But you can really start to make a splash in your social media outlets by encouraging people at the season of giving to give to others in a very meaningful, tangible, and economical way where 100% of their money is going to go directly to people in need, and you can create volume with it. Okay, so look for those assets coming out, but the meal packs for the balance of this period will be a 1-to-1 PV to cost ratio. The host, post, and win promotion. Folks, some of you taking advantage of this, most of you are not. Okay, do a presentation of Zija products. Now, I'm not talking about doing a hotel meeting or having 40 people in your living room. Have one person in your living room. Have one of your girlfriends come over. Just all she's got to do is be willing to get the little video on Facebook, a few minutes, and do a the 2-minute miracle with her. Okay, when you post that video, what you post is hashtag host post win, hashtag Zija, hashtag host post win, and hashtag Zija. And when you do that, you will be enrolled in a drawing to be able to get a free gift. It's money. I think this next one's going to be $100 and a more clear water filter. That's $500, right? Any demonstration of product that you're doing, so long as there's one other person there and you post it on social media, post the video on social media, put those 2 little hashtags in there, you can participate in the drawing. This is exciting. Tuesday evening will be the Zija Nation, first Tuesday of the period, Zija Nation call, and it will be Facebook Live. You have no idea what this is going to do, not just for Zija International, but we're going to be trendsetters in the industry. Okay, this is an incredible opportunity for you to be able to plug people in to our Zija Nation call. It's going to be 20 to 30 minutes. They're going to have a great lineup. It's going to be a great communication. But Ken Brailsford will be addressing the field on Facebook Live. Okay, there's no question that the difference between an audio conference call and a video broadcast is the difference between, once again, a 1986 Hugo automobile and my BMW M6 with a V10 500 plus horsepower engine. Okay, SMG transmission. I mean, it's a freaking race car. Well, I can't say that. It's a race car. There's no comparison. And when you can put Zija International, once a month, once a period broadcast, front and center through your friends and family and contacts on Facebook, that's going to be an incredible opportunity for you. Take advantage of that. That's for us. We're talking about the increase just since convention, and we're talking what, 6 weeks. There's been 66 rank advancements of people that are at between the bronze and the platinum level. That's astounding. That's a record for Zija to have that many, entry level and mid-level leadership rank advancements during this period of time, during the holidays. That is astounding, but it is the indication of what's about to happen in 2018. We've talked about this on our Saturday morning new distributor trainings. The people that are going to see the massive increases in their income and the size of their Zija business in 2018 are the ones that are working right now. The ones that wait until the beginning of January to start building their business. They're literally going to lose 1/3 to 50% of their potential income. Okay, it's just the numbers. Okay, when you do that four quarters, if you do 2 times 2 is 4, start with 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. That last quarter of the year, you do more business than you do in the first 3 quarters. Smart money says, don't start the beginning of the year to start the business, do it in the last quarter of the previous year. So you can walk in to 2018 with 4 times 4 is 8, times 4, 16 times 4 is however many that is, right? So some of you have been doing that. Okay, this is what's happening company-wide. We are now, since convention, 5,000 new customers and distributors per week. 5,000 per week. 66 new rank advancements. And by the way, the company was it was kind of funny. Ryan Palmer was saying, and those are the names that we could recognize. There were many more names that the name didn't show up. There were symbols, like, you know, in Korean or Chinese or Japanese or whatever. So they only identified the 66 names that they could identify. That is an incredible statement of how fast the company is growing. I'm going to try and catch this here. Let's see. Unfortunately, these glasses are not these glasses. These glasses, I can see everything. These, I can only see the computer. Sorry about that, folks. I really am an old guy. Holiday hours through the month of December, the Saturday, the 16th, 23rd, 30th, and January the 6th. Customer support, distributor support will be closed on Saturday. Okay, it tends to be a low volume day anyway, but they want to make sure that the customer support people have that day. They don't have to work on Saturday, so they can be doing the things they need to do for the holidays. There will be somebody monitoring the distributor support line, so if there's some kind of emergency situation that needs to be dealt with immediately, there'll be somebody there. But all of you on the phone, you've got something better than that. If you've got an emergency, call one of your upline diamond leaders. Okay, we'll tell you what needs to be done, what have you. Let's see. Oh, something else that's incredibly exciting. And all of these changes, I'm just sharing a little bit with you. We'll get more details as time rolls on. The Team Benz program. Okay, we've had a Mercedes-Benz or Team Benz program for golds and above. I'm going to tell you, while that's been an exciting part of the ZEJA compensation plan, it is not what I would have picked. And it's not because I drive a BMW, all right? I get 50% of that, of what a triple diamond gets for the Team Benz program. I get 50% of it because I don't have a qualifying car. One of the things that corporate has, and one of the changes that's happening that is so significant to me, is that our corporate team, and I have to tell you, I've had great hopes and aspirations for our corporate team, and they are fulfilling on all of the things that I had hoped for with this young corporate team that will carry us into, you know, $500 million a year and beyond. They listen to the field, okay? That wasn't always the case, okay? But today, the corporate team recognizes that those of us in the field, especially those of us that have been around for decades, we know what our job is. Corporate knows their job. They build the factories, they source the materials, they develop the new products, they run the computers, the customer support people, that's their job. Our job as distributors, we're the marketing end. We're the ones that create the customers and the distribution organizations, and they are listening. They want to make sure that the most important part of the company, it's a two-sided coin. You got the company side. Their job is to create the product, ship them on time, pay our paychecks. Then you got the other side, the marketing line. We're the people who move the product. Two equal but separate sides of the same coin, and they are leveraging the experience of our side, the marketing end. And so there's going to be a transition from a Mercedes-Benz program to a lifestyle bonus, where if you earn the Mercedes-Benz bonus, but you didn't have a Mercedes-Benz, or it wasn't a qualifying color, you only got 50% of it. I'm one of those guys, because I own, $100,000 plus race car. Trust me, when I show up in my M6, people are going, that dude's got it going on. What are you doing? But I only get 50% of the bonus because it's not a Mercedes-Benz. Now it's going to be a lifestyle bonus. It'll be the money that you can do whatever you want to with. And so I'm very excited about that, because hey, I'll take the extra money, right? Membership architecture, we'll get more information on that, but we're creating a path that's going to be more simple to make our business grow faster. All right, let me see if I got anything else here. Sales double digits increase. I think that is all of the notes that I got. I was writing fast and furious. And there will be, for the Diamond Club, and I'm just kind of giving you a heads up, I'm probably going to call a team meeting during the week of Christmas. And I'll give you ample notice of that, but I'm probably going to call a team meeting to get you, up to date, the latest information. We're going to be having a leadership call with the company probably during the week of Christmas, where the architecture, the strategies for 2018 will be hammered out and outlined and so on. And then I will get that all the pertinent information to you as quickly as possible. Also, quick and just a couple of things you want to keep in mind. Stay steady, folks. Stay consistent. We had, and I mentioned this in the previous broadcast this morning, organizationally, period 121 ended last night, was the best 4 weeks since July. The very best 4 weeks in my organization since July. Now, why is that? Okay, it's because many of you have taken to heart the things I've been talking about for the last 60 days, ever since we left convention. Don't let up, okay? Be consistent, stay with it. Some of you have had, and there's a number of you, have had your very best weeks of the year in this last 4 weeks. For those of you that have been consistent, doing your daily method of operation, not focusing on the results of today, but planting the seeds for tomorrow, your consistency has paid off and you've seen those results, okay? Some of you have not. And all I can tell you is that if you have an environment where the company is growing in a time when most established network marketing companies are either flat or receding, if the company's growing at unprecedented rates, if members of the organization are growing at unprecedented rates, then the difference has nothing to do with the company or the opportunity or the time of year or the products. It has to do with your personal commitment to the development of your Zija business. And why is it so important to be talking about this right now? You've got approximately 22 days left in this year. 22 days. 22 days to set up all of 2018. If you've been at this since the end of convention, good for you. You're seeing the results. If you didn't plug in until beginning of November when you heard me on a training talk about the multi-level calendar and how important it was to be consistent during the time when everybody else is, putting their Zija business on the back burner, good for you. If you're just hearing it now or just realizing it now, you got 22 days to set into motion what's going to happen in 2018. Make no mistake about it. The activities you put in today are going to be the equivalent to putting in, whatever you do today will be the equivalent of 10 days worth of effort or 20 days worth of effort in March. And it just has to do with the compounding effect. So if you want life to be easy in 2018, don't take for granted the next 22 days. We're going to have Zija Nation Facebook Live on Tuesday. We're going to have Health Talks with Pat Anderson on Wednesday. We're going to have Biz Talks with me with Fred on Thursday. I am about to announce my guest for Thursday night, one of the sharpest young people in Zija Nation, one of the most, I reserve this term for just a few people. He's the real deal. I won't announce his name until I get the confirmation, but if I get him, and I'm like 95, 98% sure I've got him, this will be one of the best biz talks because it'll be a vehicle where you can take anybody, have them watch that 20-minute video and realize if he can do it, I can do it too. And he's got what I want. So, we'll also just give you a little heads up here. We're going to have a few guest trainers coming up here over the next several weeks because I'm not going to, hog the stage. I want other people to be able to share what they know on the Saturday morning new distributor training. With that, let's go ahead and close it down. Any questions we got? Yes, ma'am, Mary. Woohoo! Yeah, Fred Holmes called me. Okay, I see the post. We'll do this while give you one last chance here. Any questions, folks? Anything that you need me to cover again? Any comments? Feel free to pipe up. If not, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Oh, by the way, let me move this so I can make sure I got that. Okay, Ripsticks Limitless. Okay, Ripsticks Energy. By the way, if you're wondering what happened to Ripsticks Energy, I bought the last 50 cases. Okay, everything that's the Ripsticks Energy is being turned into Ripsticks Limitless. By the way, this is a really great product. I've actually substituted Ripsticks Fuel. I'm using Limitless now as my mid-workout supplement. I've used it several times during the day too. But folks, don't try this at home. Professional driver on a close course, but it's a good hit. And yeah, Ripsticks Energy is going away. And if you didn't get a chance to get any, you can't have mine. All right, one more question here. Let's see what we got. So excited. Becca, you should be. You're one of the people I talk about. You stayed steady. You stayed consistent. You experienced some great growth during the growth times in Zija. You experienced some challenges during the challenging times in Zija. But Becca, you're here, and you're the one that I'm here for, okay? It's people like you that keep me in the deal, all right? It's people like you that keep me in the deal. So I'm excited about what's going to be happening with you and looking forward to having you reach out for whatever support I can offer you. All right, folks, if there's no other questions, you got to do it right now because I'm going to shut it down. I think we're good for now. Have a great rest of your weekend. One more here. Yes, all of you new people should be thanking people like Becca, like Amy McKenzie, like Berdina Pretty. These are the folks that kept Zija as a company, kept solid, kept steady during the ups and during the downs. And it's because of folks like that is why you have an opportunity today. All right, with that, folks, I'm going to wish you well. I'll have both of the training and this posted here a little bit later on in the day. Thanks for joining me. Excited about period 122. We're going to be doing the deal. I'm out of here. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you. Bye-bye.